So what do you know? I make a video yesterday criticizing Jeff Petry and his inability to fight himself out of a wet paper bag, and a few hours later, we get reports that this little piggy is officially on the market, okay? The trade market. That's right. We got Mr. Clean himself coming forward in Kent Hughes, confirming that the Habs are likely to part ways with Jeff Petry. So, in today's quick little video, we're going to take a look at where this story actually came from, where it originated. We'll take a look at his cap hit, his production this year, which has been just pure diarrhea at this point, and we'll even speculate on potential places where he could land. Now, let's roll up our sleeves here and take a closer look at the specimen we have in Jeff Petry. He's a 2006 second-round draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers. They had him on their roster for a little bit, but they didn't really give him a chance. You know, the old Edmonton thing. They always manage to screw it all up at some point. He wouldn't really get a chance to show what he's capable of in Edmonton, and long story short, Marc Bergevin made one of his best moves as general manager of the Montreal Canadiens when he pulled the rug out from underneath the Edmonton Oilers and snatched up Jeff Petry. Because since he's been a Hab, he's proven to be a stud of an offensive defenseman. Taking a closer look at his statistics here, the guy aged like wine. It appeared that every year he would just continue to get better and better. And we were all expecting, you know, that maybe when he hit the ripe age of 80, or the age of this lady on the screen here, 212, he'd be putting up 400 points a year. Now, Petry would play some of his best hockey during the long-term injuries of Shea Weber, which seemed to happen pretty much every year. Weber would go down, Petry would get some more ice time, he'd be rewarded, and he really seemed to up his game every time. And this is exactly why, when this season rolled around, and we were all told about Shea Weber potentially retiring, he wasn't going to be playing this year, it was fine, right? Because we still had Petry, and we knew that he was going to be the man. Well, here we are today, midway through the season, and things have not exactly gone as planned for both the Habs and for Jeff Petry as well. He's only got 5 points in 36 games. As I've mentioned before, even John Murrell's got more. He doesn't look engaged at all. He's not showing any sign of emotion out there. He looks like he's floating around the ice most nights. And yeah, he's gone from aging like wine to aging like milk real fast. Now, anyway, enough about all that. So here's what we got here. According to an article from La Presse, Kent Hughes would state that he's willing to trade Jeff Petry. He notes that Petry hasn't exactly asked for a trade, but he did sit down and have a little heart-to-heart moment with Petry lately, and it appears that Petry's personal family life is kinda getting in the way of his hockey life. I think his family now lives back in the United States, so I mean that's definitely a tricky situation. Hughes would also confirm to Petry that if, you know, he can find a team that's willing to take him, and he can work some magic in a deal that works for both the Canadiens and Petry himself, then he's gonna be gone quicker than a bushwhacker at a Royal Rumble. I'd say there are a lot more factors going on for Jeff Petry that we may not even be aware of, because he definitely looks lost out there, okay? And if deep down he wants to get moved, then he's got to somehow reach his hand down and pull his head out from his ass and begin putting up some points again to showcase himself a little, you know? Let the teams know that he's still got it. As it stands right now, it may be a little difficult to get a team to take on that contract for a 34-year-old defenseman right now with statistics like Petry. As the boys from Habs Chronicles make note of here, Mr. Clean is definitely going to have to push the idea to any team that it's a combination of circumstances that deflated his statistics. It's a bit of a risk, wouldn't you say? They're going to be taking on Jeff Petry for 3 more years after this one, on a $6.25 million contract. And yeah, of course, he can definitely play better. There's no doubt about that. Petry is swimming around at the bottom of the barrel right now. We all know what the guy is capable of offensively. We've seen it for many years. And if they do manage to move him, who knows? Maybe next year, his play picks right back up and he puts up some good numbers. Petry is kind of like a box of chocolates right now, okay? A really old and aging box of chocolates. As for a potential spot he could go, I mean, there's been Detroit rumors circulating around about Petry for the past 147 years, so if there's been any truth to these rumors over the past several years, I guess we may find out sooner than later. As for other teams, I'm not really sure. That's a big cap hit, and I'd say there's going to have to be quite a bit of cap juggling going on to make a deal like this work. It's weird because there seems to be a lot of chatter about it now. People are thinking it could happen any day, but I honestly don't see a Jeff Petry trade happening before the deadline. I'd be shocked. This kind of sounds like more of an off-season move to me. But, what do I know, right? So yeah, again, I think it's pretty clear he's definitely going to get moved at some point. But when do you guys think it's going to happen? Do you think it's going to happen soon? Do you think it's going to happen during the summer? Do you think he's going to be around here like the Queen? And where do you think he could possibly be headed? It's definitely going to be an American team. There's no doubt about that. But where is the question of the day? That does it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.